5 AI certificates, 0 job offers. It happens way more than you think.
Yeah, it really does.
While you're finishing your 5th module, someone else is already getting hired.
Exactly. Just collecting badges is a game that ended 2 years ago.
Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we are exploring a 2026 guide to AI certifications. We will unpack why collecting badges doesn't work anymore. We're going to decode the difference between learning and platform certifications and reveal the exact roadmap to combine credentials with real-world projects so hiring managers simply can't ignore you.
Because the rules of the AI job market have fundamentally shifted. It's no longer about what you know, it's about what you can fix when a system breaks down.
So let's establish why we are having this conversation. Before we look at which certs to get, we have to understand the failure rate.
Right.
Why are so many of them failing to get people hired in 2026?
Well, you have to look at what a certificate actually provides. It genuinely gives you 3 things: structure, vocabulary, and credibility.
Okay, so structure and credibility makes sense. And the vocabulary is basically non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
Like if someone brings up latency, that is the delay before data actually transfers.
Yeah.
If you don't know that, the conversation stops. Or inference, which is simply when an AI model generates an answer.
Right, or waits. The numbers dictating how AI models make their decisions. If you don't speak the language, you can't participate.
But the guide uses a great analogy here. A certificate is like a gym membership. Signing up doesn't make you fit.
The heavy lifting does.
Exactly.
And that leads to the biggest failure pattern, the trap of theory.
Right.
Courses teach you how math works on a piece of paper or inside a perfectly clean Jupyter notebook.
Oh, wait, if they know the math, shouldn't they be fine? I mean, why does a broken live pipeline completely freeze them up?
Because the real world is incredibly messy. Hiring managers hand you a broken data pipeline where 10,000 users just caused a crash.
Yeah.
They don't want to discuss math. They watch what you do next.
Which exposes the massive lack of production knowledge. Building on a laptop is a controlled environment.
It's a whole different beast in an enterprise network. You're suddenly dealing with harsh constraints like security.
Meaning you have to strictly limit data access?
Yes, and cost. Budget burn is a very real thing in production. And speed. It's all about scaling. If your perfect answer takes 20 seconds, the user is already gone.
And the whole copy-paste culture doesn't help either.
Oh, not at all. Students just run the instructor's code to get a green check mark.
Right. So why do candidates fall apart when asked about deploying models?
Because courses skip infrastructure. It's like data security and cloud costs, which companies care about most.
So they know the math, but they can't protect the data or the budget.
Spot on. That's exactly the issue.
Since theoretical knowledge isn't enough, we need a solution. The guide splits our focus into 2 categories of certifications.
Yeah, learning certifications and platform certifications.
Let's start with learning certifications. These are the foundation.
Good for the basics, for sure. But they are indirect contributors to getting hired.
Well, deep learning by eye is huge. Their machine learning and deep learning specializations are incredible.
Oh, they are. And their generative AI with LLMs course is fantastic, but thousands of people have those exact same badges.
BX, I have to admit, I still wrestle with the sheer volume of platforms myself. It's so easy to get stuck just reading and not building.
It's a very comfortable trap.
Yeah.
But there are a few other foundational courses that help, like Hugging Face for Transformers,
Right.
or Google Cloud Skills Boost to learn about real servers.
And LangChain Academy, which helps you build apps that actually reason and take action.
Exactly, but those are just the preamble.
Right.
If you want to prove yourself, you need platform certifications. The heavy hitters.
The proof. Let's break down the big 4.
First up, the Google Cloud Professional ML Engineer.
Which is notoriously the hardest one.
Extremely hard. It focuses heavily on tight monitoring and strict security.
Then there is the AWS ML Specialty.
This one is probably the most practical. It has a massive focus on SageMaker.
Yeah.
So if a company uses Amazon, they want someone with this badge.
What about Azure? The AI Engineer Associate AI 102.
That is a massive untapped market. Huge enterprise companies and banks rely on Azure.
Okay, so AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure. Then there's Databricks, the Databricks ML Professional.
Yes. This one focuses on mastering the data layer before the actual model.
Which is interesting. Why does the Databricks certification get ignored when data is so crucial?
People get distracted by shiny AI models. They forget the data layer powers everything.
Everyone chases the model, but the data pipeline is where the magic happens.
Exactly. If the data is messy, the model is useless.
So we know which platforms to target. But how do you prove this knowledge in a high-pressure 2026 technical interview?
The interview reality is tough now. Managers don't ask for definitions. They give you problems.
Like, build a fast, cheap system to answer questions on a 500-page manual.
Right. And a pro wouldn't just say use an LLM.
Yeah.
They would recommend a RAG pipeline.
Just to define that, a RAG pipeline is feeding external documents to an AI for added context.
Yes. And they would explain the mechanics. They'd use a vector database like Pinecone and an AWS Lambda function to save costs.
Right, and monitoring for hallucinations so the AI doesn't lie.
Exactly. You need the one cert plus one project formula to get to that level.
Sip the generic tutorials.
Throw them out. No Titanic survival data sets, no dog versus cat classifiers.
You need to solve a real problem, like summarizing PDF contracts for a lawyer.
Or writing optimized Instagram captions for a small local bakery.
Yeah.
Those show real business value.
And as you build, you need to pressure test your knowledge. The guide mentions the teacher prompt.
This is great. You use ChatGPT or Gemini. You tell it to act as a senior engineer.
Okay.
And you have it quiz you on complex scenarios, like SageMaker cost and security.
Whoa, imagine using AI as an on-demand senior engineer to grill you. That is a total game changer.
It's amazing practice. It mimics the pressure perfectly.
And you have to document your decisions. Tell them why you use Terraform for infrastructure.
Or why you chose Llama 3 over GPT-4 because it's 10 times cheaper.
Why is documenting tool choices, like picking Llama 3 over GPT-4, so important?
It proves to the hiring manager that you understand budget trade-offs, not just code.
It shows you think like a business owner, not just a student copying code.
Precisely. That mindset gets you hired.
But man, this feels overwhelming. How does a beginner schedule this 6 to 9 month roadmap without burning out?
You pace it. Month 1 and 2 are your foundation. Deeplearning.AI.
Goal 1. Understand the words engineers use.
Yes, build one simple predictive script, like predicting house prices.
Okay. Month 3 is the modern AI layer, Hugging Face and generative AI.
Right. The goal is using pre-trained models. Build something like a personal study assistant.
Then months 4 through 6, the professional choice.
Pick just one platform, AWS, GCP, or Azure. Base it on your local job listings.
Do not try to learn all 3.
You will fail. Just get the one professional badge.
And ongoing, you have the proof phase. Post weekly on LinkedIn to build a personal brand.
Share real insights, like how to reduce AI cost by 30% using quantization.
Quantization. That means shrinking an AI model to save computing power.
Exactly. Sharing that builds your reputation.
Let's address costs. Exams are, what, $150 to $300?
Yeah, it is an investment, but it pays off.
And let's bust the math myth.
You don't need a math degree, just basic algebra. AI is mostly engineering and connecting systems now.
And eventually, maybe look at Kubernetes, the CKA.
Yeah, that's a great eventual goal for managing infrastructure.
Is the heavy math requirement for AI jobs finally dead in 2026?
Absolutely. Today's AI roles are about plumbing, connecting existing models together efficiently, not inventing new math.
So it's more about stacking Lego blocks of data than writing complex equations.
Exactly. You are an architect now. Mid-roll sponsor, read inserted here.
2-sec silence. When we step back and look at the whole picture here, the era of passive learning is over.
It really is.
AI certifications in 2026 are not golden tickets. They were just the vocabulary you need to have a professional conversation.
Yes. The actual ticket is your ability to use pre-trained models, manage infrastructure costs, and build real-world pipelines that do not break in production.
If today's AI roles are mostly about connecting pre-trained models and managing infrastructure plumbing, what happens in a few years when the AI gets good enough to optimize its own cloud costs and security pipelines?
That's a huge question.
The engineers who survive won't be the ones who just know the tools. They will be the ones who know exactly which human problems are actually worth solving.
That is the ultimate pivot right there.
Look up job listings in your city today. Pick just one cloud platform based on that data and start building. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Catch you next time.